A big good evening to you all. Well, there's loads of scammers out there, everybody. Now, let me say hello first to Linda Morris, Rob Temple, Lindsay and Paul, Suzanne Hardy, Roy, Linda, Kristen Brown, and Rachel, plus anybody else who's watching. Now, there's loads of scammers out there, all right? There's Africans, or I don't know who it is, but they're saying that you've got to renew your TV license, and you've got to do it online, and you've got to put all your bank details in and all that. Don't listen, it's a scam, all right? It's a scam, that one is. Also, the Department of Education are sending out emails apparently, but they're not, saying that we'll arrange you free school meals as long as you put in your bank details. It's another scam. There's so many scammers out there now, particularly when everybody's feeling vulnerable and weak. I think it's disgusting. You should find them and castrate them or something, I don't know. So, right, last night's questions. How did you get on? They were quite easy. I've got easier ones again tonight, right? So last night's questions and answers are here. In Alice's Adventures of Wonderland, whom did Alice join at a tea party with the Mad Hatter? The answer, the March Hare and the Dormouse. It's easy, wasn't it? Number 2 from last night's quiz. Which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world stood at the Olympus? The statue of Zeus. Do you get that one? That's quite hard, that one is. Number 3. The film Silkwood was based on a true case about nuclear industry safety standards. Who played Karen Silkwood? Meryl Streep. Brilliant film. I watched it. I don't know if you've seen it. Silkwood, absolutely fantastic film. Go and have a look at it because it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now then, question number 4 from last night. Which is the largest joint in the body? The knee joint. That's the largest joint in the body. All you nurses out there, if any of you nurses are watching this during your break, you'll all know that. Number 4, according to the nursery rhyme, who is made of sugar and spice and all things nice? Little girls. They are made of that when they are little. When they get a bit older, changes slightly. Number 6. The backbone is a flexible chain of how many bones? How many bones in your backbone? Anybody know? How many bones in your backbone? 26. And as you get older, you can feel all 26 of them. I'll tell you what now. Oh, God. 26 bones in your backbone. NHS, brilliant, saving the country. They all need OBE and CBEs. Everybody who works in the NHS, that's what they need, right? And their names up on a plaque somewhere in the hospitals. Doing this for the country. Tremendous risks they're going through. Absolutely amazing. Question number 7. What is the fundamental oath usually associated with doctors? The Hippocratic Oath. Which means they mustn't divulge anything, and then they've got to keep it all. I think, can we? Number 8. Which carnivorous animal lives in the wild in the Australian outback? The dingo. It's like some sort of dog type of thing, is it? A dingo? You can comment. Where the hell is it? Down there somewhere. If you want to. The dingo. Right, question number 9. Who was the equalizer in the popular TV series? Edward Woodward. Remember him? He was good, wasn't he? He looked like a bit of a gangster type of person, Edward Woodward. I don't know if he's still alive. Right. Number 10. Into which ocean does the Zambezi River flow? Indian Ocean. I didn't know that, mind. I'm not very good with the oceans. They're all joined up anyway somewhere, aren't they? I think. Number 11. Where would you use, or where would you normally find a gavel? Now the gavels, them little hammers. You haven't got to make sound effects, that's optional, but it is free in the show. You know, the little hammers. So, I know the Masons use them. Judges, come to order, remember them? And auction rooms, that's another place. Sold, you know. Right, number 12 from last night. Paul McCartney has always used his middle name. What is his first name? James. Never think that would James McCartney. Doesn't sound the same, does it? Feeling bad, like a man boobs coming. Vegans, vegan food, it's fattening. Tell you what now, if you eat enough of it, like I do. Right, question 13 from last night. Who wrote the Unfinished Symphony? Schubert. He wrote it. Yeah, it's good, wasn't it? Number 14. Which school did Princess Anne attend? Benetton. Never heard of it. It's probably one of the really expensive private schools. Yeah. Right, the centaur was a mythological creature, part man and part what? Remember Jason and the Argonauts? He's man front, wasn't he? What was the back end? A horse. Yeah. Not a cow, no. A horse. Right. 16 from last night. What was Ringo Starr's original name? Richard Starkey. Never knew that. Good job he changed his name. 17. Who said, if you can't count your money, you're not really rich, man? Paul Getty. He was loaded, wasn't he? Still is. Is he related to Glenn Getty? You're gonna laugh at that. Right, 18 from last night. To which group of mammals do apes and monkeys belong? Primates. Primates. Oh, hanging about in trees out there. Find them up Glencorrog. Number 19. If you saw AP on a print, what exactly would it mean? Artist's proof. Right? If you've seen any Banksy artist's proof, they're worth a fortune. Right? And I sort of know him a bit. Banksy. He taught me how to paint. Can't let on much more than that, but he's got a hotel in Bethlehem in Israel. Right, it's called the Waldorf Hotel. And there may be, in the coming weeks, there may be a prize from the Waldorf Hotel. So keep on watching. It's not really, it's not really going to be worth that much, because he probably won't sign it. I can't get a hold of him. I mean, I got his telephone number, but he's not answering it because of this virus. You know, he's hiding away somewhere. Primates, artist proof. Right, number 20. They may be complex, vulgar, or mixed. What are they? Fractions. Mathematical fractions. Right, let's get that away, and let's get that banner away. Let's look here. Boop. There we are, like technology. Right, that was last night's. One person come very close. in New York. It's devastating out there, isn't it? This virus thing over there. Devastating. Oh. Later on, I'm going to tell you a story about Moscow, which you will find extraordinarily funny, because it's the truth. I went out to Moscow, right? Let's do tonight's quiz questions first. Now then, this is really easy. You can't get much easier than this quiz, and I know you're going to be able to do it, right? Question number 1. Which planet in the solar system is famous for having rings? You know that one, don't you? Big yellow planet, famous for having rings. Question number 2. What word starting with the letter A is any person from which one is descended? Number 3. Excuse me. What type of mythical animal did St. George, the patron saint of England, slay? What did he kill? Question number 4. In which country are the world famous ancient pyramid shaped structures? Where are they? I told you they're easy, don't I? Question number 5. Which science is the study of rocks? Which science is the study of rocks? You should all get that one. Number 6. On what date in December is Boxing Day? Good God. Number 7. Do you know the last name of the brothers Orville and Wilbur, who were famous for making the first ever plane flight? Orville and Wilbur. You know, I don't know. They done the first plane flight. Very famous. Number 8. Can you name the tallest structure in the French capital, Paris? Number 9. Can you name the largest country in South America? That's easy. And number 10. Oompa Loompas are a group of workers in which children's book? Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa diddly doo. Remember that? Oompa Loompas? Oompa Loompas are a group of workers in which children's book? That's number 10. You always have a notification when you don't want one, don't you? Right. That's 10. There'll be another 10 tomorrow night, and the answers tomorrow night. Now then, I'm going to tell you about my trip to Moscow some years ago. And it was quite fun, really. Well, let's see what do we make of it. So anyway, I went on Yahoo dating years ago. I managed to get hold of this lady out there, Tatiana. I thought I'll go over there, Moscow. So I went over there in February. I booked my flights, visas, all that. Went over February. It was absolutely freezing. Now when I booked the flight and the accommodation, it looked a lovely brand new hotel. Oh, brilliant place to stay, right? But what I didn't realise, that photograph was taken in the 1970s. And when I got to the hotel, it had looked as if it had been in a blinking war. So I got out of the taxi, took my case up to the foyer. There was a guy there with a gun, like a proper big gun, you know? And he was the security guard on the front door. Couldn't speak a word of English. I couldn't speak a word of Russian. Oh, nightmare. Anyway, got myself booked in. Had to carry the cases. The lift wasn't working. Useless. 3rd floor I was on. Carry the cases up to the 3rd floor. Got in there. I wouldn't say it was warm in there at all. It was like, it wasn't freezing, but it wasn't warm. and they had triple glazed windows. They're expecting the cold, weren't they? You know, it was all snow everywhere. February. I had this big huge jacket on. It was nice and warm. Unpacked my case, everything. Went to the bathroom. In the bathroom, I've never seen anything like it. They had a little small bath, about 4 foot long. You're supposed to sit in it, tutty down, you know. And the toilet, don't ask what the toilet was like. Nothing like what we got. I want to go into the mechanics of it all, but not very nice toilets in Moscow. So I managed to sleep the night. It was freezing. Oh God. I had this quilt. There's no duvets, nothing like that over there. They got this thick quilt thing. And I wrapped it around myself. And I was shivering throughout the night. Heating was rubbish. So the next day I get up because I was supposed to meet Tatiana outside the Bolshoi Ballet, right? Because she was a what do you call it? Dancer, a ballet dancer, right? So I thought I could have some breakfast. So I went downstairs to the kitchen. I'd looked and couldn't read the menu. You might as well have had it in Chinese. Couldn't read the menu. Useless. I'm in Moscow, all by myself. Not a word of English. Nobody could speak English in this hotel. So I had a bit of pizza. It must have been the hardest pizza. Tapping it on the plate, you know, it was rock hard pizza. And I had black coffee, and it was strong as hell. It was horrible. Oh. So I managed to get out of there. Right, I have to find now where the Bolshoi Ballet is, right? I'm about 35 miles from it. Right? You've got to buy a little card and go on a tram. Right? Try and get the card now from somebody who can't speak English and tell them where I'm going. Took about an hour, right, to try and I had to draw maps and jump around like this. And they finally understood I wanted to go to the ballet in the centre of Moscow. Right, so got the little card, jumped on the trolley, and off I went. Well, there's a bloke now driving, and he's on about something or other, talking all the time. So I don't know the hell he was on about, but when I got off, I was nowhere near where I was supposed to be. Right, I was miles away. Right, so I asked this street seller, he wanted money to talk in English. So I had to give him money, and then he told me that in English, because he could speak English, where I had to go. So off I go, back on the trolley thing, tram. Well, it was only 35 miles. It took me an hour and a half to get there. Right? And it was freezing cold. So I was starving. Right? I was supposed to meet her at 7 o'clock. And this was in the afternoon. I thought I got to have something to eat. So I found this restaurant. And everything was a la carte. But looking at the plates, I couldn't I could see tomatoes, but everything else, I don't know what the hell it was. And you pay one lot of money, 15 rubles, it's hardly anything. And you've got to eat whatever they got laid out. So they had this chum, don't pedigree chum. It looked like that on the plate, right? So I scooped some of that out. That was cold, put it on the plate. I thought, oh, water chestnuts, I like them. So I had a load of water chestnuts, put them on the plate with the chum. They had some onions, they had apples cut up and some tomatoes, right? So I put it all on the plate, went back to the table, and I had some of this stuff, borscht, it's cabbage soup, but nothing to dip in. They have no dips, no bread for dips. I did ask if we've got bread for dips, just looking at me as if I just come off blinking from Mars. Moscow's really, unless you can speak Russian, you've had it. I didn't realise how bad it would be, but it is really hard over there, you know. So anyway, I had this big plate full of stuff. I tried the chum. It was cold. It was horrible. It was like a fat with like a meat on the bottom of it. So an English bloke walked past. Him and his wife. He said, "You've got to eat everything on your plate, otherwise the chef will feel offended." Well, I had a blinking load, didn't I? I had too much, really. But I was starving. So I ate all the chum. It was disgusting, right? So the water chestnuts were next. Started chewing one. Oh my God. Garlic. It wasn't water chestnuts at all. It was garlic. I had 12 cloves of garlic. Well, I put a couple in my pocket, but the rest I had to eat. So I ate the cloves of garlic. I ate the onions. Ate the tomatoes. I was up there. So, a breath of I don't know what. So I had to go and meet Tatiana now, 7 o'clock, innit? Right? I just had cabbage soup as well, borscht. So 7 o'clock, met Tatiana, right, blah, blah, blah. She had to go run the back and dance and all that. I had tickets, free ticket to get in. Went in. It's like a big round, bullshit bally's round, right? And you're in the seating area. And there's people right by the side of you, either side. It's warm. It's really warm in there, right? It's like a dome. And it's very hot. So people are in there with they waving themselves like that because it's so hot. I'm in there now. And my stomach starts bubbling. You know what's coming, don't you? Yeah? My stomach was killing me. Oh. So there they were with their fans. Nice and cool, everything. Like sweating pints, right? My stomach was rumbling. So I thought, I gotta let the slide one out. I can't hold it in anymore. Let one out, didn't it? Oh, it stunk. Oh my good Lord. It was buzzing. Either side of me, they were with their fans. Oh, it was absolutely garlic and that chum stuff mixed up. Right? I had a real bad stomach and a stomach full of wind. So I thought, oh my God, I'll have to sit down hard in the seat and leave them out slowly. But couldn't, could I? You know? They were coming out. The woman, this side, the woman didn't know it was me. She thought it was somebody from behind her. She was looking disgusted at the bloke behind. But it was me next door, innit? Right? Well, I must have farted about 20 times. And they were all buzzing. Right? I couldn't help it. Right? So it came now half time. I got up, holding my stomach together, my buttocks, run to the toilet. Boosh! Diarrhea and everything, innit? Oh! I thought, oh, well, at least that's gone now, innit? Right? So I cleaned myself up, went back, sat down. Well, they both had a good chat now while I was away. And they both staring at me, saying something in Russian, like, you dirty bastard, or something like that. I don't know what the hell they were saying. And, but I did have to leave out a couple more silent ones. And they knew it was coming from me. And I couldn't do it. I started giggling, didn't I? You know, I started laughing. And I couldn't stop laughing. I was bright red in the face. You had all these dancers jumping around in front of me. And I was crying, laughing. And the more I laughed, the more I farted. Oh, it was awful. It was a terrible time. So anyway, after that, I seen Tatiana at the end of the night. And she wanted to go to Pizza Land or some pizza place, right? So we went there, but there was a heck of a queue. So we went for, there was a brand new opened Kentucky Fried Chicken in Moscow, right? Brand new one. Huge place. So we went in there and I ordered chicken, drumsticks and all that and everything for both of us. So we were eating now, greasy as hell, innit? Look, there was no serviettes. So I asked Tatiana, where are the serviettes? She said, serviettes? She didn't know what the hell I was on about, serviettes. You know, she could speak English, but she didn't know what serviettes were. So I had to go up to the counter. I said, serviettes? No serviettes. I said, wipe hands? No. They don't have anything to wipe your hands. And as I looked around, you could see everybody wiping themselves in their trousers and everything. Oh, it's useless. Covered in grease. Oh. So the next day in Moscow, we went all around Moscow, all the sites. It was a brilliant place. The architecture in Moscow was stunning. It was absolutely freezing cold. And if you're walking along the pavements, you had to watch because there was icicles hanging down from the roofs, and they were like 20 foot tall. And if they drop, they'd kill you. People have been killed by them. So you had to walk on the road, you know. We went the Kremlin. I went in there, seen the Fabergé eggs and everything. If you can ever go to Russia, it's absolutely fantastic. But don't go to the hotel I went to, because I was bloody disastrous. Go to a known hotel. I tried to save money, didn't I? But wish I hadn't. But it would have been warmer to camp outside. So anyway, I was out there for a week, innit? So the last but one night, I had terrible pains in my side. Oh, blanket, killing, throbbing, you know, really painful. Tried to get on to the British consulate. No, nobody there. Managed to get through to the American consulate. They phoned up for Russian paramedics to come to the hotel. So they came. When I looked out through the window, I seen this old American Ghostbusters type ambulance. Remember them long estate cars with the big chrome light on the top? It was one of them. So they came up the stairs. They were rabbiting on in that language they got. So I tried to explain what I had. Oh, and Tatiana was there as well, and the guy said, "Oh, you've got kidney stones. It sounds like kidney stones. So what we're going to do, we're going to inject you in your kidney to stop it flexing like that, because what it's trying to do is trying to eject the stone, right? So it goes like that, and it's really painful. Oh, if anybody out there have had kidney stones, you know what it's like. It's oh." So they get this injection out. The needle was like that, chrome, right? And stuck it right up my ass. Oh! I was running around the room, and they were crying, laughing. I was going, fuck it. Pardon the French. I was jumping around the room. It really killed. It was like sticking a straw, you know, that thick straw up your backside. Oh, dude. Oh. They were crying. The best laugh they've had for the whole year. They were crying, laughing. I was jumping around. I had a hell of a bruise the next day on my backside. But the next day I was flying back out to Heathrow. But they gave me the bottle, empty bottle of this muscle relaxant that they'd injected in my kidney. After about 10 minutes, the pain had gone because the kidney stopped trying to push the stone out, you know. And when I got back to the UK, I had to go in A&E, give him the thing. And then about 2 weeks later, I had this thing called lithotripsy, which you lay on a bed of water and they use ultrasound. It's like what it feels like somebody with an elastic band slinging on your back, you know. This ultrasound breaking up the stone, right? And then when you go to the toilet, you've got to drink loads of squash when you're in hospital, right? Loads of squash. You're only in there for a day. Drink all that squash down. Then eventually it comes out, but oh, painful when it comes out because it's the size of a pea, right? If you imagine a pea in a processed pea, that cut in half, right? Because there's two pieces. That has got to go through the urethra, where your urine comes out, and that's the size of a hair, right? Do a hair on your head. Well, a pea now going through that hair, and they're jagged. The stone is, right? It's really jagged and pointy and nasty and horrible. Oh, well, when it comes out, you can feel it coming out, right? You can feel it from underneath your Bithingalo coming straight out, and then it shoots into the pan with a bit of blood. Oh, solid calcium they made from. Painful. Well, that was my adventures to Moscow. So I had a good bit of fun when I was out there, but I wouldn't go out there again, you know. I'd go out in the summer if I had some friends with me, but I wouldn't go out by myself because it's an absolute nightmare. You need to learn the language out there because nobody can speak English. None of the signs are in English, or half in Russian, half in English. when you go to the underground, spotlessly clean, absolutely immaculate chandeliers, beautiful, right? Not a fag paper, not a nip matchstick anywhere, spotlessly clean. Every morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, right? They got these babushkas. They call old women. Because the health service out there isn't very good, they've got to work. They're in the 70s and 80s, and they're the ones that clean the pavements of snow. Right? So the last day I was there, I had, I don't know, about 20 quid in Russian money. And I went down in the morning and seen these, I think it was 3 or 4 of them, and I divided the money out and give it all to the women, you know? And they were really happy. But they, I don't know how much money they're on a week, not much. But they were really happy with me. And I think that's the best way to leave people who are struggling like that. Anyway, have a look at the video, the questions. Play this video back. Easy questions, right? Send the answers to playthequiz@yahoo.co.uk, right? And you could be in line for a fantastic prize. On the other hand, you could have one of the prizes that I got. You could have a Banksy clock. Look at that clock. Oh, I can't see it there. Banksy clock. Right? I made it. It's not bad, is it? Right? I can't send you the battery in the post. You'll have to get one. It's against the law to send batteries. What else can you get? You could have a brand new door pull. Chrome. Or you might have brass. With your answers, put down your name and address. Right? Because if you win, I gotta know where to send it. Right? You could have one of them. What else could you have? No expense spared with the show, I tell you that now. You could have a little latch for a very small shed. Right? You could have that. Now Sunday, we're having a big to-do on Sunday. And the first prize on Sunday, soft touch toilet seat. Right? Because you'll all be running out of toilet paper by then. Right? It's a soft touch foam. I haven't got one, but I'm going to have one. Like, well, I got a couple of these. Right? Soft touch toilet seat. Don't know where they're really good. Don't know when you've been wiping your backside for ages with that horrible toilet paper you've bought cheap. That sorts it out. It's really nice. The other thing you might have, a brass door knocker. I got a pair of these. Men love a pair of knockers, and I've got a pair of these. Right? So tell me your preference. The toilet is for Sunday, but you could have one of these as long as you get the questions right. They're easy questions. Your children will know the answers to them questions. So if you've got children, tomorrow now, watch this video again and write it out with your children. Right? If you can't find this video on Facebook, go along to YouTube, and it's Gary's British Talk Show. So it's YouTube/Gary's British Talk Show. Right? Subscribe. You can't lose. You will know the answers to this. Right? These questions are simple. We got another load of simple ones tomorrow. And then Sunday we got our big prize, then the toilet seat. Right? Absolutely fantastic prize. Nobody else does prizes like this. I don't think. So there's nothing much more to say other than watch all the scammers that are out on the internet. There's loads of scammers out there, right? They are trying to get your money off you. They think everybody's very vulnerable, right? And they think, yeah, well, we'll have everybody. We'll catch them all. Nice to see Jamie Duncan on. You'll be able to get some of these questions right. Even you'll be able to do it, Jimmy. God alive, you know, they are easy. You could have a brass knocker for your house. Or you could have one of these pulley things. Best Chinese thing you could have. Don't know if it's Chinese or British. Probably made in China. Oh no, this product has been made in the UK. Good God. In other words, it won't last 2 minutes. So you could win the latch. Extremely small latch. I got a little box full of these. I bought a job lot. I thought 40 quid for a job lot of all these latches and everything, right? I thought brilliant. I was expecting a little box. Well, the delivery driver came. I had 12 boxes now of this DIY stuff. I was only expecting one little box. So I said to the driver, this is the wrong delivery, I said. I'm only expecting one box. Oh, well, phone up the bloke. He said, here's his number. So I phoned him up. I said, I paid 40 quid. I was only expecting one box of all this stuff. Ah, he said, there's loads there. You have it, he said. Don't worry about it. So in the hallway, I've sold most of it on Gumtree and Facebook and God knows where. But I've got a large box left of these things. But it's good, you know, on YouTube, on eBay, you could buy a line like this, like I done for 40 quid. And you could make a hell of a lot more back off it, which I did. I'm a bit sick of the stuff now, to be fair. No, I wouldn't like to have a DIY shop. Because it gets on your nerves, man. You know? So you've got to win it. You've got to take it off my hands. You've got to win it. So put your name and address with the answers. Right? Play the quiz at yahoo.co.uk. First, second, and third prize will have something. Right? So let's send it on our way. So that's the quiz over for now. Please go along to the YouTube channel, Gary's British Talk Show, and subscribe there. Because I haven't got many subscribers. I think I got 240 something. It's not bad for a week, but you know, I'd like a couple more because I don't know if I'll be streaming onto Facebook all the time. Because they turn in down the bandwidth on everything. But YouTube seems to be more reliable than I had a vegan roll. Oh my good Lord. I thought when you go vegan, you won't have acid no more. Oh, you will. Tell you what now. Acid up to your eyeballs. I got that Gaviscon, the chemist's own one. It's just as good. But half the price of that Gaviscon. But if you turn vegan, you've got to watch what you eat. Because you will have acid up to your eyeballs if you're not careful. So I'm not a very good cook, and I steam loads of veg. That's what I eat usually. But tonight I had a Greg's vegan roll, which I bought ages ago and stuck it in the freezer. I thought, I'll warm that up now in the microwave. Be lovely. It was nice, right? But now it's coming back to haunt me now. I'm having the repeats. So I won't be buying one of them again. Phew, flipping hell. Okay, lovely people. Be careful out there. Don't go wandering around. And if you are going out, get some of these gloves. Right? You can get these from Tollgate DIY. £6 and 4 pence. 100 in a box, which is 50 pairs. Hand sanitizer is all very well and good, but it's not going to last long. When you put your hands on different things, it rubs off. These don't rub off. Right? They're really good, really strong. You can get dust masks. Put the dust mask over. Because any mask is better than no mask, isn't it? Right? So get some dust masks as well. protect yourself, people, because it's getting serious in all parts of the UK. Newport area is swamped by this virus. I mean, tonight now people are out cheering the NHS, which they should do, right? But lots of them are congregating together to do it. If one of them has got the virus, everybody's got it now. You know, be careful. I haven't got many subscribers now. But if you lot catch that virus, I'll have even little or even less. So be careful out there and try and get all the questions right. Send the answers to playthequiz@yahoo.co.uk and you will win a prize of some description. Okay? Main thing is keep safe and have a great night. Watch Netflix and enjoy yourself. I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.